Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. Have you ever wanted to have a projector at home but kind of don't have the space and you kind of want to have this cinema experience and you really like your TV setup as well? What if I told you that it's kind of possible to have both of these things in your home? Today we're going to take a look at something you may not have heard of, maybe you have. It's called the Wemax Nova Ultra Short Throw Laser Projector. It's a 4K projector that will give you that cinema feel up to 150 inches if that's what you're into. And also we've got this really awesome screen from VIVIDSTORM that rises up from the floor that is designed for these type of projectors. So we're going to check out both of these things in this video. So let's jump in. This video is brought to you by MSI and the brand new GM41 lightweight wireless gaming mouse. The GM41 is made for FPS gaming with smooth PTFE skates for high-speed movement with deadly precision. The GM41 has an incredibly lightweight 74-gram design. It features Japanese Omron switches for crisp and tactile clicks rated for 60 million keystrokes, as well as featuring a class-leading Pixart PAW3370 optical sensor. The GM41 is engineered with NVIDIA Reflex. Less lag equals more headshots. Not to mention, the GM41 lightweight wireless gaming mouse will give you around about 80 hours of battery life off a single charge. Plus, for Australian and New Zealand viewers, score a bonus Steam gift card for a limited time when you purchase selected MSI products using the promotion link below. Terms and conditions apply. Before we go on with the video, I just wanted to mention a couple things about projectors in general. No projectors are created perfectly, and you always need to have a pretty good screen to get the best out of your projector. We were lucky enough to be supplied with this screen from VIVIDSTORM, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later on in the video, but just be aware that if you are using a projector, no matter how good the projector is or how good the screen is, you still need to control all of the lighting in the room. As you can see, I've only got a single studio light on right now, and the screen is designed to capture the light from an ultra short throw laser projector, but you can see a little bit of reflection because this screen is designed to block straight on light sources and not light sources from the side. So just keep that all in mind. The other thing that makes this projector different is its ultra short throw. So instead of you having to mount it to the roof or like behind you, it actually sits in front of you quite close to the screen. Now, the Wemax Nova itself isn't just an ultra short throw laser projector. It's got HDMI 2.0. It's not 2.1 unfortunately, so it doesn't support those ultra high refresh rate inputs, so you won't get 120 Hertz out of it, 60 Hertz max. However, you do get things like HDMI ARC, so if you've got a sound bar or you've got some type of stereo receiver, you can pass the audio back from the projector through to your home theater setup. Not only that, it's also got optical and SPDIF output, so if you've got optical input for your stereo receiver or for your soundbar, you're pretty much covered there as well. There's also USB on the back of the Nova as well if you wanted to plug in, let's say, a USB hard drive or a USB thumb drive if you've got some other files or photos and stuff you want to view, because this is Android. As for getting this on the network, you've got two options. You've got Ethernet, which is built into the back. I think it's gigabit. Some TVs that we've tested actually only have 100 megabit, but I'm pretty sure this one is gigabit and it's got Wi-Fi as well. So you're not going to have any problems getting it connected. In terms of specifications for the Wemax Nova, you're looking at around 2100 lumens on the projected screen and around 5,000 lumens for the light source. In terms of the light source itself, it actually uses an ALPD laser, so it is relatively bright. And what we found that even if there's an indirect light source that is hitting the screen, that it is still rather viewable in controlled daylight, right? There's so many little caveats and everything, but it is a projector like I mentioned. It's never going to be perfect. For the contrast ratio, you're looking for about a 3,000 to 1 contrast ratio. So if we were just to roughly compare this to an IPS panel, it's got 3 times more contrast. The native resolution for this projector is UHD 4K, so 3840 by 2160. The Nova does support HDR, and you'll be happy to know that when we plug our gaming PC in, Windows reports that the brightness output is around 1500 nits, which is plenty for HDR. It is very bright. You've got quite a bit of room to play with installing additional applications and stuff. We played around quite a lot with this. In fact, I think I mentioned that Netflix doesn't work. We tried another way to get it to work. Unfortunately, because it's a licensing thing or whatever, I don't quite understand. We actually did try and get a firmware update to get it running on here, to no avail from Wemax, which is okay, it's no problem. We just plugged in a Chromecast. And just finishing up on this whole Android TV thing, if you've used Android TV on a TV, this does exactly the same stuff. So it's got the voice assistant with Google Assistant and all that stuff. It does all of that, except Netflix doesn't work. In terms of display size, you're looking from around about 80 inches all the way up to 150 inches. Now, the screen that we've got here is a 100-inch screen, although I have stretched it all the way out when calibrating, which leads me into the next thing, Keystone calibration and focus. So you've got 8-point manual Keystone configuration on here. There's no auto Keystone at all, and it is quite granular, so you can get pretty good adjustment. We have found that it's so dependent on the angle of the projector to the base of the screen that we're using here. In fact, when we had it set up, when we were using it for about 2 weeks straight, I used my measuring tape just to get the exact distances right. You've also got manual focus as well. I found that this can be a little bit odd depending on the screen you're using. So the screen that we're using in particular, it is designed for ultra short throw projectors, but it has a slight lean. So I'm gonna say about a 1 to 2 degree lean back because of the weight that it helps support the top of the screen. So the focus, you've got to find that midpoint between focusing with the bottom of the screen and the top of the screen. So the clarity is not absolutely perfect. With saying that, when you're using the focus application in the Nova itself, it is very noticeable, but when you're watching content, it's not as noticeable, especially when things are moving fast. You're really not going to notice that it's missed focus slightly. And that's me being absolutely honest. I didn't. We've watched heaps of movies and TV shows on this thing and we didn't notice. No good projector setup is complete without having a good screen. And it's so funny that the world works like this, but we quite literally received the projector from Wemax, and then a day later, VIVIDSTORM reached out and were like, hey, do you want to try out our ultra short throw laser projector screen? And I was like, well, you know what? We just received a laser projector. So I thought it was fitting that we showed this screen a little because this thing is freaking awesome. I'm not gonna lie, like completely not sponsored. I just think that the technology behind this screen, even though it's kind of just like a bit of plastic that raises up, is not exactly what you're expecting. Now, with saying that, we've actually tested this with direct sunlight onto the screen. Claire, pull up the curtain, right? So, I mean, that is the direct sun in the middle of the day onto the screen. Now, this is a very unrealistic viewing setup, and even we've like blown out all the lighting in here. This is very unrealistic. Now, drop the curtain to about halfway so we can control a little bit of the light, right? So this is the curtain at halfway, still quite viewable. Drop it all the way, Claire. And now you can see that with a fully controlled light environment, that the VIVIDSTORM screen looks awesome. I'll put links to where you can grab yourself one of these screens in the description down below. They are quite expensive, but if you're looking at doing a projector setup at home, it is very important to get a very good screen. That's not the only thing with this VIVIDSTORM screen as well. It comes in a whole bunch of different sizes. We've got the 100-inch version behind us. I think it goes all the way up to 130 inches if you wanted to go that route as well. But in terms of features, now you probably saw at the start of the video, me doing this with the screen. The screen is fully motorized. It's got automatic tensioning built in as well. So it doesn't just go up and stop. It goes up, tightens the screen, and then drops a little bit. I think we should do this together so you guys can get an idea of how long this takes. I I'm gonna count, I'm gonna say 35 seconds. Let's do a real-time count right now. Ready? Go. Oh, it looks so cool when you just see it coming up like that. Oh, look, it's Bindi on the screen. This looks so cool, actually. You just see it rising up. I don't know how long it takes. I haven't timed it, but we're gonna time it in the video so you guys can see. So we'll get all the way to the top. It'll stop, it'll tension it, and then drop it. To control the screen, it's got 3 buttons on this little controller. It's up, down, and stop, because you can stop it at any height that you like. The cool thing about this is this one's RF. It also has IR, so if you have it set up with an infrared setup, the IR controller is black, it comes with that. And it's got a little USB dongle that comes with it as well, which you can plug into your projector, and the second you power up the projector, it sends a little beam over to the screen, and it will raise the screen when you power on your projector. So, you know, there's a little bit of automation there. So if you're using an ultra short throw laser projector, definitely get yourself a screen, because I did use this before we got the screen and it was nowhere near as awesome as it is with a screen. So yeah, I would recommend VIVIDSTORM only because it's the only screen I've got, and from experience, it's just been pretty awesome to watch movies on and play games with. Speaking of gaming, I got to say that the gaming performance of this setup here is a bit better than I expected. Now, it's only HDMI 2.0, so we're only getting 4K 60. The most played game on this setup for me personally was Forza Horizon 5, and it was relatively good. Noticed a little bit of input lag, but after playing it for a while, I actually got used to it, but it's not as big as you think. And the input lag is mainly to do with the projection system. So I've got to be honest with you guys, I'm not a projector expert. I've only probably used 10 projectors in my whole life, most of which were used for presentations and that kind of stuff at work. And, you know, like I would borrow one from work and we'd project it onto a wall to watch a movie and all that kind of stuff. I didn't really care too much for the technology other than it being really big. But now that we're seeing things like these ultra short throw projectors and these laser projectors where the quality is just, it just looks like a TV, right? Now, this is what interests me with this stuff. So, you know, if you guys want to see more projector-based content and this kind of stuff on the channel, please let us know in the comments, because it is something that I would love to explore a whole lot more of, especially these short throw projectors. I find it so fascinating that it's designed to sit in front of the screen, very close to the screen, and projects an image of this quality at this size. This is such a cool bit of tech to me, right? Sometimes when we cover things on the channel, I'm not going to be an expert in absolutely everything, especially with these projectors and that kind of stuff. And that's the thing as well. This is why I want to share this with you guys, because I'm kind of taking you on this journey with me as I learn more about this type of tech. Now, for anyone even, it's pretty hard to get the opportunity to get your hands on this kind of stuff. And the fact that we're privileged enough to have this as our job and we can get this kind of stuff to play with to show you guys what it's capable of is just really cool to me. And when this stuff came in, I was super excited. I was like, wow, we're gonna have a projector that we can watch movies and stuff on and have friends over and, you know, have a cinema at home. I just thought it was so freaking cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a discovery and a little bit of a journey with me, because I've had so much fun using this stuff over the last couple of weeks. It is incredible how good it is, right? That's the thing. Like I said, I haven't used heaps of this projector stuff, but from the stuff that I have used, this is really cool to me. And I love it. It's so cool. I don't know what more to say about it. Anyways, guys, if you like videos like this where we go and just play around with stuff, you know, hit the subscribe button. If not, don't subscribe, completely up to you. Ring the bell if you are subscribed to get notifications for videos like this. I had so much fun. If you like the music, you know, hit the join button if you want to get it, or don't. It's completely up to you. We've got a 4-hour playlist. You can watch that if you want to see all the music, well 4 hours of it anyway. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. And how cool is that? We're not even controlling all of the light in here at all. There's still light spilling from everywhere, and they've got a studio light on here and everything. Look how cool that is. Number 21, liquid gold. Thanks for watching.